all aboard for your chance to win $1,000 every week until December 28th. That's right, $1,000 cash just in time for the holidays. To hop on board, just head to churchillmortgage.com and punch your ticket to the Churchill Express giveaway. Visit churchillmortgage.com for your chance to win big.
This is a paid advertisement. NMLS ID 1591. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Equal Housing Lender. 1749 Mallory Lane, Suite 100, Brentwood, Tennessee 37027.
Help spread love and feel the joy of giving back. During the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event at Beardmore Subaru, Subaru will donate $250 to the charity of your choice for every new Subaru purchased or leased. The ASPCA, Make-A-Wish, Meals on Wheels, the National Park Foundation, the Housing Foundation of Sarpy County, or Offutt Air Force Base's Airman's Attic. Plus, we will give an additional $100 locally to help even more. Go to BeardmoreSubaru.com to learn more. Submit charity selection by 1/12/24. Promotion ends 1/2/24. See Subaru.com for more details.
Well, hello, my paranormal peeps, and welcome back to another episode of the Deep Woods Paranormal Podcast. My name is Matt Harvey. I am the host of the Deep Woods Paranormal Podcast. Along with my wife, Amanda, and others, we investigate everything paranormal, including UFOs, ghosts, haunted locations, Bigfoot, UFO, I already said UFOs, Dogman, cryptids, you name it, we investigate it if it's paranormal in nature, which is pretty much everything that's unnatural or unnormal. Okay, so I apologize. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been on here. We've been just running around every single weekend like chickens with their heads cut off. To producers that are out there, making shows and stuff like that. I tip my hat to you. Yeah, you guys are crazy. You guys I can see what you guys go through, and I already respected you, but I have a newfound respect for you guys. It's a lot of work. It's not easy. It's a full-time job in itself. So is this podcast, to be honest with you. But anyways, I love doing both. I love doing the podcast, and I love going out and looking for things that aren't said to, basically said to exist. It's always fun when when a big brother shows up and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" And you're like, "Oh, nothing. We're just bird watching or whatever." Why do you got a baseball bat in your hand? To keep the birds of prey away from the birds. You have to think up something stupid to say to them so they think you're stupid and they leave. But anyways, no, most of the time they know what you're up to and they're like, watching you. If you follow my survival podcast, I kind of quit doing that because we were drawing some attention that I didn't want. Speaking of unwanted attention, we will talk about what's going on with the cattle mutilation cases and the UFOs and the witnesses here at the end. I'll kind of give you guys an update on that. Amanda and I, the last 2 weekends, have been out exploring new locations, talking to people again during the day and then during the night, trying to get some footage of anything we see in the skies that might be interesting. We're talking to cattle owners, as many as we can. And we're really honestly just hitting a brick wall. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to tell us anything about anything. They just kind of shrug their shoulders and are like zipped it, closed-lipped, which is understandable. I mean, number one, it's got to be traumatic to have something like that happen, no matter what or who did it. It's got to be traumatic. There's a lot of stuff going on with UFOs right now. The government, there's a lot of whistleblowers. If you follow that kind of stuff, if you follow alien activity and whatever else, a whistleblower just came out and said that, yes, we are flying, basically flying our own flying saucers. We do have our own ships. We've been reverse engineering them for years. And I've talked about this many times on my show. If you guys are interested in that, leave a comment down below. Tell me you want to hear more about UFOs, and we'll get into deeper dive into that. I'll go back and do some research on some of the stuff that Hitler was doing. He was into the cult like crazy. And I think a lot of our government is into the occult like crazy. There's a very similar, similarity to our government and Hitler's government, if you will. Anyways, so I wanted to give you a show update. So we were lucky enough to get invited back out to the Woodbine Hotel. If you have not seen the 2 shows on the Woodbine Hotel, we had a lot of activity. Someone possibly got attacked, and we made contact with possibly 8 intelligent entities. To make contact with 1 or 2 is amazing, but 8, I mean, I've been doing this for over 30 years. I've never had that much communication going back and forth with the use of the K2s, the use of the audio recorders and getting EVPs and Spirit Box. I know a lot of people don't like the Spirit Box. Again, I hated it when it first came out. First had it for 8 years. Could never understand I couldn't understand like 98% of what came out of it. I think we had 1 or 2 voices come out that we could clearly understand. But at the Woodbine, I think we had over 100 different voices come through that we could understand, that recorded onto video or audio or both. And so we didn't present everything. We only presented the best ones, but we talked to so many entities. And I mean, do you think I just struggle with the thought that the word Ezekiel could come through a Spirit Box speaker? I mean, you can't program that. How many people on the radio are saying the name Ezekiel? And we talked to him for quite a while. I think he was one of the most interesting entities that we talked to at the Woodbine Hotel. He said he was an ex-slave. He said he fought in the Civil War. He said that he basically came here on the Underground Railroad and hid at the Woodbine. And then eventually, when he was freed, he basically worked at the Woodbine. So, we've done a lot of work on the Woodbine. We've done 2 different YouTube shows on it. The new show will be much better. I've been learning, I've been progressing, I've been getting better at this. I've got a lot better editing software with a lot more cool things I can add in. I can now edit change the size of screens. Of the video, I can zoom in and out. I can kind of enhance audio if we need to, which I never like to enhance audio. But if we can't quite hear what somebody's saying, not the ghosts or whoever, or the Bigfoot or whatever, but we can enhance what they're saying. We can turn the volume up a little bit better. And it doesn't sound like, excuse me for moving, it doesn't sound like it's underwater. So I'm excited about this. As you can see, the name of our show is Exploring the Unknown with Matt and Amanda. And it's on our logo because I couldn't really find anything that I really kind of said, hey, this is, Matt and Amanda. If you don't know me, I spend a lot of time out in the woods running around. I just love the woods. I love to hike. I like to bike. I like to, I don't bike anymore, but I used to. Should be, because I, have a new knee. So I should be out there running around, trying to, number 1, lose some weight, but number 2, get myself a little bit physically more fit. So I also like to fish, and I like to camp. So does Amanda. She likes to camp. We're working on getting some more cool camping gear. I've almost got my lightweight camping gear set up. I've talked about it many times. I don't know if it's going to be part of the show. I don't know if Amanda's going to do it with me. I would like to go walk out into an area where there's Bigfoot activity by myself, get the heck away from everybody, find myself out in the middle of nowhere, and set up, kind of like you see on Finding Bigfoot, where they set up in the middle of nowhere and camp for a couple, 3 or 4 days somewhere. Maybe just a couple days. But I'd like to get out and camp somewhere out away from everybody, set up some cameras. We have we have a bunch of new cameras, so we're excited about that. Speaking of cameras, if you are interested in donating your time, or you are a Texas A&M or one of the other college students from around here and from Bryan College Station, or in an area that we're investigating, maybe down towards Houston or over towards San Antonio, or Austin or whatever, and you'd like to get some credit for school, and there's something we can help you with that. We're still looking for somebody to kind of, grab the camera and follow us around at different, places, whether it be Bigfoot researching, which is going to be about 80 or 90% of the show, I'm hoping, doing UFO research, or doing some kind of haunted location. So anyways, I got a lot to say because I've got 2 weeks worth of information for you guys. So again, I want to give a shout out to the Woodbine Hotel. My friend Jesse is now working there. That's under new ownership, and they are renovating the Woodbine Hotel. It looks beautiful. I wish my old friend Shammy the best. I wish she was still there. I really liked working with her. But the new owner is also really, really nice. Very, very, very nice lady to talk to. She's also into the paranormal, which is cool. So always nice to work with people that are into the paranormal, because you're not explaining a bunch of stuff, and they kind of have, an idea of what you're doing and stuff like that, what you're trying to accomplish. So yeah, it's really cool. We went there and had a nice dinner. Compliments of the chef, and I appreciate that. Thank you guys again to the owner and Jesse and everybody for inviting us out. Had a great time. Jesse did some crazy firework, and maybe that'll be on the show. I think that'll probably be on the show, because it's so awesome. He does some really crazy cool fire things. It's just really amazing. So you guys will have to see that. And then we started to actually the owner wanted to know if there was still anybody there. They did a cleansing in the place, and we did make contact with a few entities. We did not take very much gear. We did not spend very much time there. I think we spent like 2 hours maybe. But I was happy to encounter some of the spirits that we knew from there. And it seems like a few of them are still haunting, if you will, the Woodbine. So as they continue to renovate and get things upgraded, we're going to get an opportunity to go back in to do a full investigation. We'll do a full show there. And I think we're going to redo that. And I think you guys are going to be amazed with all the cool stuff I've got to now edit videos with and add into the show. This will be like a real TV show. That's what I'm excited about. This is my passion. This is what I love to do. I love to research the paranormal. I also love to help people with the paranormal. I'm still working on that as well. I'm working on a very difficult case right now. It's a true poltergeist activity. I don't want to talk too much about it because I have not cleared it with the client, but things are just flying everywhere out of nowhere. I turn around and look, and just this thing would fly across the room or at me out of nowhere, out of thin air. Things would disappear, things would reappear. And I was only there for a couple hours. I don't even know what to say about this one. I am flabbergasted. If you're a skeptic, if you went into this place, I would think you would become a believer real quick. So yeah, I'm working closely with that family to try and help them. And we're going to be continuing to work with them and see if we can solve that issue. That being said, this is something I didn't plan on putting in this podcast, but I'll put it in here anyways. And I know this is kind of the Bigfoot podcast, but bear with me, guys. I've got to talk about a lot of things. I got a lot on my mind. I've had a lot on my mind for a while. Then I want to add, kind of give this information out. I would like to put together a network for sensitive people, a place where sensitive people can come on and have a video chat with either me or somebody else that's sensitive, or maybe some other people that are sensitive that are also working with us, so they can kind of, if you will, vent, get their information out. Because I can't even describe. When you experience things like I do, I don't want to be telling you guys this, but when I was a kid, I used to see spirits just like they're solid people, just like you and me. They would walk by me and then disappear, and I'd turn around and I'd just be flabbergasted. And this is back in the 80s. You didn't talk about psychic, medium, sensitive, whatever. You didn't talk about that stuff. It was just, when you did that, they put you in a home. They put you in a psychic mental facility. And I think that's been happening to people, unfortunately, for a long period of time. People don't know, they don't have an outlet for that. They don't have an outreach place to reach out to others that are like them, that, so they can tell their stories and ask for help with things. I progressed. I don't know what happened. See, I need to go back to, I don't know, maybe I need to sit down with a therapist or somebody that can hypnotize me and tell me what happened to me between the age of 6 and 8, because that's when I lost that ability to see them clearly. But I continued to experience them all the way through, and from all the way till I was about 13, 14. It was only human spirits I dealt with. And then it got to like the negative haunts. I'd seen angels, I'd seen demons, I'd seen a lot of things. I dealt with human spirits that weren't happy. And I mean, they're as bad as a demonic entity. They can be just as aggressive. They can do just basically anything we can do. They can throw things, they can push you, they can, yell at you, they can do all kinds of things. And to try and explain this to a person that is
All aboard for your chance to win $1,000 every week until December 28th. That's right, $1,000 cash just in time for the holidays. To hop on board, just head to churchillmortgage.com and punch your ticket to the Churchill Express giveaway. Visit churchillmortgage.com for your chance to win big.
This is a paid advertisement. NMLS ID 1591. NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Equal housing lender. 1749 Mallory Lane, Suite 100, Brentwood, Tennessee 37027.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
That is either a non-believer or somebody that doesn't understand what you're going through. Is difficult. And this is kind of like therapy for me, so bear with me. This is harder for me to talk about because I've experienced things since I was just a baby. And so the more I experienced it, I had an angel come into my life, and I call her Amanda. I call her my wife. She came in and I was struggling. I was just at my breaking point with it, to the point where I didn't know what to do. I couldn't talk to my parents. Didn't have anybody to talk to. I didn't have any friends that were sensitive that I knew of. I didn't have anybody, I didn't know the whole paranormal world existed at that point in time. I thought I was just completely on my own, the only one experiencing it. And so when I met her, she taught me it's okay. Don't be afraid of it. Go explore it, and I'll explore it with you. And that's when our journey started. So, yeah, we went on this journey, and that was almost 30 years ago with her. But I've been on this journey for 48 years now. And so I want to find a place where I want to create a place where people can come in freely and express themselves. Don't be afraid to be ridiculed. They can talk about their experiences. They can tell us what's going on. They can tell us if they need help. I want to talk to them about, I want to be able to have somebody come in that is really good with spiritual protection. I'm thinking I have a couple of different friends that are really good at that. I want to bring in people I just want to set up a whole community for people like me and other people that are experiencing these things so that they can kind of vent and get it out and feel comfortable and feel like they have a place to go to talk about this. I think that a lot of these people are committing suicide. I think they're young teenagers probably committing suicide, or they just hush hush about it. They just put it on, basically internalize it because they can't talk to anybody. I just don't think that's right. So anyways, I'm sorry to go off on a rant, but that's something I'm going to be working on too. I want to set up a network. It might be through our website, in a private location where you have to basically contact me, and then we'll have a way for you to have a password and a username and password. You can go in and there'll be a chat box there or something, or you can set up an appointment to talk to each other, basically like a Zoom call where you can talk to me or whatever. And these kids, I want to make sure these kids have an outlet for this stuff. I know a lot of parents out there that are dealing with this kind of thing, and they just don't know how to handle these kids, and they don't know what to do with them. And I've been reached out to many times by people, families, and all across the world. Actually, they've got this kid that sees things that they just don't understand what's going on, and I have to explain to them, your child is special. They have abilities. They have, they're just more open to the world, if you will. I don't like the word psychic or medium or anything like that. There's different levels of openness, if you will. And unfortunately, different people have different jobs, if you will. And I'm not going to get into that on here. If you guys would like to know more, feel free to reach out to me. All of my information is down below. My email, my phone number, call or text me. I don't care. Do you know that I work at night? A lot of the time it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I just got home from work. So for some reason, I do not reach back out to you right away. Please don't be offended or upset. I will get back to you. If you're in desperate need of help, text me. That's the best way to get a hold of me. Text me, let me know what's going on. I will probably call you back within a couple, 3 or 4 hours if it's an emergency. All right. So the Woodbine Hotel, like I said, my friend Jesse works there, and now he's trying to document anything he's experiencing. So he's sending me information, trying to get some video of things, and then of course we're going to get back out there and do a full investigation again and see, who's actually there. I've got a whole list of names and stuff like that. So, all right, people keep asking me, when the Bigfoot show is coming out. Like I said, this show is going to be probably about 70 to 80, maybe 60 to 80% Bigfooting, if we can. My plan is not for it just to be a man and I. What I want to do is I want to reach out to other groups, other Bigfoot researchers, other groups, and it doesn't just have to be Bigfoot. It can be ghost hunters. It can be UFO researchers. It can be anybody that's studying anything paranormal. River monster researchers. Maybe you live in a certain town where there's some kind of creature that you've been investigating for years, and you have some information, you may have some documentation, and you want to share that with us and have us come out with you on an investigation. That's the kind of people I'm looking for. I want those people to please come forward. If you have a YouTube channel or something else, we're happy to include your information on the bottom of our channel for that show, and we'll definitely have you communicate and everything with us, and you'll be represented. Let's put it that way. We want to make sure that you get as much recognition as we do for the show. So we've kind of talked about Bigfoot locations recently. We talked about a lot about the Brazos Valley. And we've also, let me show you guys, let me share my screen with you. If you're listening, what I can do is I'll just talk about these as much as possible. Speaking of listeners and viewers, thank you to all the new subscribers on our YouTube channel. You guys are awesome. And especially our Rumble channel. You guys are kicking butt over there. We've got 300 new subscribers in the last 2 or 3 months on Rumble. So thank you guys very much. And I'll talk about Rumble Fan here too, as part of the UFO stuff, because I want to be very careful about not screwing up our YouTube channel. All right. Worked so hard to put it back up. I just don't want to have them tear it back down. And I'll talk about why in just a second. So you've heard me talk about Bigfoot before. I mean, many times. This section here, from Austin to Fort Worth, over to Shreveport, basically down to, Houston, and the whole section over here, the whole Sabine National Forest. This whole green belt, and basically where the Brazos Valley is, all the way through Waco, College Station, Austin. Oh, I'm forgetting San Antonio. Excuse me. Sorry about that, San Antonio. But this whole area is a hot spot for everything paranormal. Careful, babe. Sorry, I got dogs playing under my feet. I know you're playing, huh? Oh, no. Almost enough for you to eat. Sorry, I've got some toys for the kids, and they're looking at them going, hey, yeah, I want that. I'll take that and eat it for you. Anyways, and I'll show you this to you in a minute here too. Okay, so there's so many pins here. If you're looking at the map with me, there's got to be a couple hundred pins here, probably more, just in this general area. And I don't even have most of them probably from the Fort Worth or San Antonio area. Right now, my focus has mainly been kind of Bigfoot reports. And as you can see all throughout here, this section of College Station down to Brenham, over to Centerville, not quite to Waco, about 3/4 of the way to Waco, Madisonville. That actually, believe it or not, is where the Woodbine Hotel is. And we'll kind of talk about some stuff about that in a minute. But this area is a hot spot for UFOs. And then going all the way down into Brenham and then into Navasota too. Navasota is kind of north, I would say northeast. Southeast, mainly south, but a little bit east. And you can see all the pins down in this area too. There's a lot of reports of Bigfoot activity down there. And now I'm finding there's reports of Bigfoot activity in this area where this cluster is too. So we're going to be hitting as many locations around the Houston area, not in Houston, but on the outskirts of Houston. This whole side of, let me just back this out a little bit. So this, if you cut, let's see where it says Oklahoma on here. If you take about the middle of Oklahoma, go all the way to the panhandle of Texas, come straight down to San Antonio, and probably even down all the way to Corpus Christi, and then come across and go back over to Shreveport in Louisiana, end up Arkansas. This is a hot spot for a lot of paranormal activity. This square here is just a real hot spot for paranormal activity. Why? I don't know. That's something I like to figure out. But we're going to be traveling around mainly Texas, but we probably might end up in Oklahoma. We might end up over in Arkansas. We might end up over in Louisiana too, and Mississippi or Alabama or Georgia and or Florida. In fact, I'm going to have my friend Tate on here. I think I talked about him last week. He's also a Bigfoot researcher, and I like to have him kind of give his 2 cents because he has a little bit different way of going about things than I do. And we're going to be interviewing him shortly. I got to do some research tomorrow morning, and hopefully he's available tomorrow night if we're available. We're set for severe storms tomorrow night. So unfortunately, my UFO investigation and or Bigfoot investigation might get canceled. Amanda and I might actually hang out here in the office and see if we can communicate with any of the kids because we do have paranormal activity in the office area. Okay, so, and I'll talk about that too. Let me keep talking about that. So that's the plan. My plan is to get out into these locations. It seems to be taking 2 or 3 or 4 weekends to get all the video shot that we need. Like I said, I gave a shout out to all the producers and directors and everybody in the film industry for their work, because This is not easy. It's a lot of work. It's very involved. It's a lot of travel, and then it's usually traveling to multiple locations to shoot for one show. Amanda and I've spent, like I said, for last Friday night, all on the last Saturday night, or most of Saturday, and then the previous weekend we spent all Friday night and most of Saturday out looking for UFOs. So not this last weekend, but the weekend before, we were out looking for UFOs. We got stuck, by the way. We didn't see anything strange or unusual. We didn't even pick up anything that, we would say, hey, look, there's got to be something here. But again, that's out in this hot spot out here. Where is it? Where is College Station? Where are you, College Station? There you are. Okay, so we were out towards Madisonville. We're out in this area, kind of driving up the OSR towards the 45. We were up and down this road quite a bit that night. We stopped 2 or 3 places, and we just never saw anything. We didn't even see any planes. I think we saw 1 or 2 planes come in, and I was just showing Amanda, what the difference between a plane looks like and some of the video that we've already captured. She got something on video too, and that'll be on the show. So, I talked about investigating with other teams and other enthusiasts. If you'd like to be on the show, if you're a paranormal researcher in Texas here, you've got a hot spot for activity. Whoa, okay, I didn't touch anything. I just did that on its own. We want to make contact with you. I have lots of different groups. I have Facebook groups. I'm a member of like 500 different Facebook groups, and I think about 480 of them are paranormal. So I'm going to be reaching out to those people. I know I've been invited several times to go out to different places, but unfortunately, either I had to work or I just couldn't get my sorry butt up and get out of here soon enough. But I'm basically going to be cleaning the garage soon. I'm going to have my setups for different locations set up. I got to clean the closet here too. Unfortunately, out with old and with the new. So yeah, that's going to be happening. Let me stop sharing my screen again. All right. So let's talk about the UFO witnesses. So we've had a lot of conversations. We've had a conversation with 5 or 6 people that have seen things or experienced aliens, if you will. I don't want to get too much into that, but they've had experiences that they just can't explain. Amanda and I have also seen things that we can't explain. I was driving down to Houston with a crew the other night, and as we were driving down there, there's planes everywhere out there. We were real close to the airport, and I'm like, okay, that's a plane, that's a plane. Now I'm starting to watch the skies. And it's like, nope, that's a plane, that's a plane, that's a plane, that's a plane, that's a helicopter.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry. We were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
But there was this one weird red light that it was small and got bigger and then got smaller and then got bigger and then it kind of changed a little bit. It wasn't quite an orb anymore. It was more a little skinnier. And then it went back to an orb. And I'm like, okay, maybe it just changed directions. Maybe it's just a plane changing directions, because I'd seen something similar to that when a plane came in. You only saw the red light for some weird reason. Maybe it was the side of a plane or whatever. But this thing all of a sudden just disappeared. And I watched it for a good 5-6 minutes. I wasn't physically watching it the whole time. I was watching the road, but I could see it like up out of my peripheral vision. I could see it up here. And it just sat there. It didn't move anywhere. It just sat there. Planes went by, helicopters went by, nothing, and it was probably in our atmosphere somewhere. And then all of a sudden it just disappeared. It was a clear night. There was no clouds. It was clear. You could see stars and stuff. So I don't think it was a star, but it was pretty deep red. So anyways, so the witnesses, I don't think we're going to have any witnesses on our show this time. The way I want to do the show is I want to basically start out with interviews of people that are experiencing whatever we're researching: Bigfoots, UFOs, ghosts, hauntings, anything, river monsters, whatever we're investigating. I want to have as many witnesses as possible kind of come on and tell their story for that location. That's the plan for the show, because I know people love hearing from witnesses. And then I want to go to those locations where they've had the experiences and try and do investigations. And then hopefully we capture something. If we do, we'll show it as well. We'll also be trying to debunk things, because I know people are, they miss that portion of what's been going on. Trying to find alternative explanations for what goes bump in the night. If it's normal, then we should not make it paranormal. But if it's not normal, and we can document it and we can say, hey, look, I don't know what this is. Maybe I don't know. But I can't explain to you what this is. I don't know what this is. Then it could possibly, and you got to take that with a grain of salt, could possibly be paranormal. So if you don't know, we have a whole bunch of haunted dolls. They're off camera right now. They're going to go on the table behind me. We got a new craft table, which is supposed to be like a meeting table and a place I can charge all the gear, because man is tired of all the gear being everywhere. When she walks in, she's tripping over cords, and she's like, you just gotta, centralize all this stuff into one location. So she bought me a table and chairs where I can do that. And I've got a couple of plugs over here, which is cool. So now I can charge multiple things like batteries and camera batteries. And God, you would be surprised how much crap we have. So anyways, there are some toys over here. This is funny if you can see this. It says Flappy Noise Potty. I'm sorry, it says Florp Noise Putty. And I'll let you kind of figure out what that means. And then we've got some of these tops. These are wooden tops that are hand painted, which are cool. We've used those in a couple locations. And then, of course, we've got the haunted. Let's see it. There it is. The haunted things. This is an old-time shaver. Cross. There it is. The cross that seems to have some kind of energy. When I pick it up, there's like a staticky feeling to it. I can just feel the energy. Pair of spectacles. These were for watching plays back in the 1800s, early 1900s. And what's this? We got this at an estate sale. There's two of them. I just took one. I left it for somebody else, but I love this thing. It's a cool looking dragon. And it seems to have some kind of energy to it. And then, of course, we've got the haunted dolls. And they're sitting on top of a bunch of paranormal books and magazines and stuff. But we recently went garage sale shopping, and I'm looking for more haunted dolls. We might be selling these. We're working on setting up an Etsy store or something like that, where people can come and buy hats and other things. I don't know how many people have asked me, oh, it's a cool hat. Where can I get one? And so I'm working on setting up a store where we can have reasonably priced hats. These hats are not cheap, guys. They're like 15, 16 bucks a piece. That's why they're like 18, 19, 20 bucks. I mean, I want to make a crap ton of money off of them. It's not like we're making 15, 20 bucks off of them. We're making like $1 or $2 by the time we ship them and all that stuff. So Anyways, talking about creepy dolls, check this one out. Yeah, tell me that wouldn't creep you out if you heard that in the middle of the night. I tell you what, I've been around the paranormal for a long time. If I heard this going off in the middle of the night, I might be a little afraid. And then can't forget Mr. Elmo. Say hi, Elmo. Yeah. So now you won't shut up. So we've all seen the Boo Bear. I didn't touch him. My hands are weird. He's still talking. So, so that's Elmo. That's an Elmo doll that we got from somebody that was having a garage sale. And thank you guys for selling this to us. I think the kids, we're going to use those at haunted locations where supposedly they're kid spirits, like the Woodbine Hotel. We're going to take those and set those out in different places and just see if the little kids will push them or anybody will push them. And if we get them to go off for no reason, then we'll know there might be something paranormal with them. But anyways, this is going to be part of our experiment. These little guys, the dolls, everything is going to kind of move. Yeah, he's still laughing. The dog is all excited about that one. I know. I may have opened a can of worms. If I find that out in the hallway, I don't know if you guys can hear that. He's still squawking. So yeah, if I find that in the hallway in the middle of the night, oh, I'm giving them no ideas. I should shut up now. Shh. Anyways, I got a bunch of jealous dogs behind me. All right, guys. So yeah, like I said, if you're interested in being on the show as a guest investigator, really? Or you have, sorry, I got dogs moving crap around. He's got a bone that he's banging and everything. That's little Mr. Zeus. If you'd like to be an investigator on the show with us, you have a location you'd like us to come investigate. We do investigate with our clientele, be it homeowners or business owners. You like to have your business on our show, like kind of like you see on Ghost Hunters or Ghost Adventures or Taps or whatever, the ghost shows you see, and you think your haunted location is haunted, or you have Bigfoot activity on your property, feel free to reach out to us. We've had multiple people contact us about Bigfoot activity on their property. We're in the process of kind of interviewing them, and then hopefully we'll be able to go out and do some research on their property. And what in the heck is that? See that? Your hand just went in front of my shoulder here. This side. It was this side. Your hand just went across my shoulder. Anyways, I'll put the background back up next time. This logo won't be in the background. You guys will be able to see the office. And sometimes we get paranormal activity in here, especially while I'm doing this. Also, if you listen closely, you might actually hear some of the EVPs we get during our podcast. So sometimes when I'm not jawing, you might hear response or whatever. So anyways, I will play that. I'll have to go through some of those, and maybe we'll play those on future podcasts. All right, guys. So if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Please like and subscribe, whether you're on a Rumble channel or on our YouTube channel. We are growing like crazy, so thank you guys again. I can't thank you guys enough. We're so appreciative to you. If you'd like to donate to us, here, I'll just share my screen real quick with you again one last time. We'll go from the map. We'll go back here. We do have, you can buy us a coffee. We also do have a wish list that we're trying to get some of these things. I think the main thing that we're looking to get right now is this FLIR Scout TK pocket size thermal. Essentially, it's a thermal monocular that records, that allows us to document Bigfoots or anything else. We do have a thermal camera still. Unfortunately, we had to return the last one back to its original owner because they needed it back. But we still have the one thermal, but it doesn't record video. It only takes pictures. And we have gotten strange things on that. Talk about the Woodbine. If you want to see something strange, go back to the Woodbine Hotel. Maybe I'll put that on the findings on the new show that we're doing. So this will not be like our old Exploring the Unknown. Let me get back on here. Hold on a second. Just want to make sure you guys know. The new show, Exploring the Unknown with Matt and Amanda, the paranormal show, will not be like anything you've seen. It'll be a much better show. It will be, the video quality is going to be better. The content will be better. The audio hopefully will be better. It'll be more like a regular TV show. As a producer, I've learned a lot over the last, whatever it is. I've been filming myself for, 15 years now or something like that, especially mainly at Black Star and San Juan Capistrano when we lived in California. But this will be a much better show. So I think you guys will like it. And, again, feel free to leave a comment down below. Let us know what you want to see. If you haven't heard me talk about the show, and I'm just jawing on, bear with me here. It'll be a cross between Finding Bigfoot, Expedition Bigfoot, Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters, and a few other shows that I like. I really like, what's his name? I can't think of his name now. But he used to work with Ghost Hunters, and he has his own show. And Josh Gates, I really like Josh Gates. He reminds me a lot of myself. I am very sarcastic, so I don't know if I want to put that on the show, but it may come out, my sarcasm. So anyways, and my bad dad jokes. Anyways, so yeah, those will be, that's basically what we're going to do. If there's certain things that you want to see, like I said, please feel free to comment down below. If you, like I said, if you want to be on the show, and I'm repeating myself. All right, sorry. I'm just rambling on now. So I'm going to get off here. And it's almost 3 a.m, so I got to go get some sleep before I get up and try and do this all over again. You guys stay safe, and we will catch you on the next one.